How we doing? How's it feel to be back stateside?
Sounds, yeah. Don't travel with a baby. I think if you took anything
Don't
from
have
the
a
last...
baby. Sorry.
Don't
No offense, Wiz, if that's on your mind. It's not on mine.
Wiz has to repopulate. You can't contain that gene. Oh,
Yeah,
you've got to spread them out. Yeah, it was sound. We got back at 9:30 p.m. Sunday, and then work straight away on the Monday. So we're just kind of going off adrenaline and caffeine, but it was cool, man. It was cool. Took the baby to Goodison.
How was the corporate?
Hill Dickinson. It wasn't corporate, you tit. Just meant we got a slightly nicer entrance, and if the baby kicked off, she had a concourse to go to. It was class, yeah. She fell asleep after 6 minutes. She saw Michael Keane score, and she was like, sound, and then she went a kip, but it still counts that she went. Stadium just seems dead American. It's just dead brand spanking new and cool, and it's stunning. Like, it's a beautiful stadium. The complaint is that, like, have you seen it outside, Gary? Have you driven past or anything like that?
Yeah.
Surrounded by a wall, and so the entranceways are like, there'll be like three entrances, wall, 3 entrances, but there's no logistics to get in. You just kind of merge as a group and just shuffle in. It's mad.
And it's right on the Dock Road as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And then obviously it's water.
Yeah.
Water locked, if that makes sense.
Like, but what, like, walking up to it, the bars, the atmosphere, the music's brilliant, and because it's isolated, you just immersed in it. And then when you get through the weird wall entrance, it's class. Like, it's brilliant.
Have they managed to turn a lot of those older buildings, like the derelict warehouses, have they made them into like box parks or bars or stuff like that?
As you this won't surprise you, I was running late, and so we only saw what we walked past, but walking past there was a ton. And we got the bus in straight from L1. It was brilliant. I can't imagine there being a bad seat there because it's just so open. It looked like you were watching it in HD. I've never seen a clearer game live. Yeah, it was cool. It was.
So since it was so clear, what about which red card did you like most?
Well, both red cards, and just nonsensical. I can't believe we appealed it, to be honest.
The hair pull, they appealed?
Yeah, and then got denied, and then Jack Grealish, of all people, commented underneath the comments. Like, Everton put a statement out saying Everton's appeal has been denied, and he put, like, disgraceful or something like that. Like, his one was stupid. Like, his head fell off. He was trying to wind up their left winger, and they were trying to wind him up. And is it Larson, this big striker that only went to you?
Yeah, Strand Larson.
They brought him on and they said, piss off Jack Grealish. He was pushing him. He was nudging him off the ball. And my dad was going to me, he's better when he's pissed off. And I was like, yeah, to an extent. And then he just kept getting nibbled and he was just eating it with a spoon. And he didn't even like, I think it was just frustration because in the first half, if we're kicking off with that fabulous spectacle, it was as if the lads scored, Michael Keane hit the post, and then it was, yeah, we're going to be sound. Yeah, no worries, we're fine. And then Michalenko's having shots out, they're laughing. It was like, if you've played in the sporting game, you see the opposition and you kind of think you figure them out after 10 minutes. That's how it was. They thought, this is done. Like, we've got this sound. And then it wasn't. And then we haven't got the firepower to recover. And in the end, because of this end, like, before, you felt the goal was coming and you're like, make a change, spice it up a little bit. Like you didn't. Then they scored. And then before anyone got sent off, we were on the back foot. And then when it was down to 9 men, it was just a case of I said the sentence out loud, I'd bloody love a draw against Wolves now. That'd be boss. Just to get out. If we lost at home, the chatter that would have brought and the focus was just being ridiculous. But yeah, not the best game, but I'm glad we didn't lose.
Exciting one.
But exciting. The football was shocking. Like, we've got no players. Like, we're not a good team. Like, that starting lineup came out and you're like, it's not good. We haven't got a striker. We've got to stop clapping Barry when he attempts to make a header. That's starting to do me head in. But that aside, the atmosphere is
patronizing.
Well, it's just kind of like, because he's a young lad, we're like, he's trying. And I'm like, cool. He's doing a lot of running. Let's get Paula Radcliffe out there then, or something like that. Like, he's not good at the game. He's very compensated to play. Like, he's not good at his job. Like, when the ball's at his feet, he doesn't look comfortable. He looks like he's an athlete that people have taught to play football, and we need help there. But no, experience was great. There was one fella, which Gary Ausgaus is this. everyone around us was super sound. Like there was fella, we're holding the baby. Before she went a kip, she dropped the toy 3 times behind the fella in front of me. And he went, "What's her name?" And when Chloe went, "Chloe, hold on to this, will you?" And like he was having a crack. And then at half time, speaking to this couple, and they were like, "What's the crack?" And brought the baby, first game. I was like, "Yeah, yeah." And then the fella who was sitting directly behind us was swearing like as you do at the match, was just giving it to bifters. And then when it kicked off the second half, after we spoke, he goes, "Fuck off, Michael Keane." And then he just went, "Sorry, Chloe." And it was like the environment was belter. So yeah, shit game. We've got to get perspective from where we were this time last year and how the quality that is currently not available to us. And so we can't expect to be where we were in like September, October, and we're much better than where we were this time last year. So let's meet in the middle. I came into the season wanting to not to be stressed and panicking about relegation. Touch wood, it looks that way. And we can do very simple things in January. Very simple things. Loan or purchase a striker. Loan or purchase a right back. And you'll be all right. That'll free up players to play in their true positions and make sure you're not just putting mediocre shite out there that got us into the position last year where we nearly got relegated.
I think but you talk about like, it's funny. I reckon we could find a clip of you talking about how I can hear an echo, by the way, somewhere.
Is it me?
I don't know.
I didn't hear any.
I can hear myself. I can hear myself somewhere.
I can't hear you.
Oh, hopefully it doesn't come through. I'm sure we've got something of you somewhere saying all we need is a right back and all we need is a forward and the rest of the team is sound. I know it kind of know what you're getting at because you take Dewsbury all out that team and you take die Branthwaite. Right? You take those people out of that team and all of a sudden you're like, oh, we've got nothing coming off the bench. Nothing. It's kind of like us to a certain extent. But from an experience standpoint, though, it has to be better than Goodison. I mean, Goodison's good, but you sit in the lower Bullens at Goodison towards the back of that stand, it's horrible. I don't care.
I'm never gonna, it's not out of like any, like, you know, old school pride or anything like that. I'm never gonna be okay with leaving Goodison. It's great to see we had to do it, but, and it was a crap game for atmosphere, right? It was January the fucking 5th or whatever it was. No, what was it? Yeah, it was a Wednesday against Wolves right after Christmas. So like everyone's
skint,
fat, sober, skint. They're not going out of bed. They're not going to like ask for another night away from work or the missus or the kids or anything like that to go to this game. So it was sound. I'll tell you what though, in the actual corporate seats that we were facing, because the drinks packages are so American, like open bars, all this stuff, people took a good bit of time coming out after half time, and there was no one at half time there. Nobody stayed. They were like in, bam, 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 and it took a good bit of time to come out, but I had to do it. It's going to be great. I'll always miss the atmosphere in Goodison. I'd like to see it at a game that had anything about it, from the players we were playing, from the team we were playing, from the time of year, all that stuff. But it's stunning. It's absolutely stunning.
It's not that far from town as well, is it? You think it's a decent walk in the summer? Or like when it's warm, it's
exactly 2 miles from L1.
Oh, so it's nothing then?
So there's an outdoor mall, pretty central, whiz by the Albert Dock, called L1. And that's where our hotel was. So if you just had a straight shot down there, it's exactly 2 miles. And the bus from L1 was minutes, 160 there in no time. And they've got, it's going all the time. We got on the wrong bus coming back. I just got on the first bus I saw with the whole family, and we ended up in Lime Street. But still,
trials and tribulations, you know.
Just getting
stadium,
through it,
you know.
Yeah, getting
it's
a
your first time there.
But it's really cool. it's really, really cool. I think it's going to be great. Yeah, but we were. How many was there? Me, my brother, my sister, my dad, my missus, the baby, and then my mum couldn't be bothered, so my mate Quig came.
Sound.
Yeah, it was good crack.
Not knocking it. Love a good stadium, mate. Love a good stadium.
You'd like it. I'd be interested to see your opinion on it as well. I haven't been to Goodison and all that. I'd like to see what you think. But yeah, I'd like to see it in full flight.
I've been nowhere near it. I've been around it, but I've obviously not been in it.
Take the whiz for the crack.
That's got to happen. Wiz, please tell me you've bought some of that Adidas Newcastle stuff yet.
I've been taking a look into it. I haven't pulled the trigger yet, but we must have sold a lot of shirts because they announced a new training facility, $200 million. So we must have done something right. But yeah, I'm looking at them. We got some fire stuff coming out. The commercials too have been pretty good as well. But yeah, we'll see.
I love those old Adidas ones with the massive. I used to have a Liverpool one, massive stripes on it. The only problem I'd say about that kit is if you've ever seen the first Liverpool 4-3 from like 1996, that's the jumper they had on Kevin Keegan when he's battering the bench. He's got that jumper on, so I don't know if it wants to flood back memories, but it's
that's
such
a purple
good stuff.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Black and purple with it's got like the Newcastle Brown Ale circle in the middle. Brilliant.
Me dad had that match recorded, so we used to put it on every now and again. Those Newcastle Liverpool games back in the 90s were unbelievable.
Weren't they though? And it was like 4-3 2 years in a row. And Liverpool scored right at the end 2 years in a row.
Stan Collingwood.
Which was a sickener. Yeah. And Robbie Fowler scored the year after. Madness. Right, do you wanna go on to transfers a bit? Because it was FA Cup. It was FA Cup last weekend.
Yeah.
And there was a couple of shots.
I don't want to talk about that.
I'm not but
Newcastle must really blew their game. My gosh, what a shocker.
We did. They see us yesterday. Barnsley. I mean, listen, that game was 4-1, but it was only 4-1 in the last 5-10 minutes. And Barnsley were good.
Yeah.
It's could have had a penalty, depends how you look at it. I'm not sure it was a penalty, but
I don't know what Sabuzlai was doing on that one.
I mean, I'm not
even the coach had a comment about that. He goes, he wouldn't do that in a Premier League or Champions League match.
It just looked like he was sticking about, wasn't it? Just trying to backheel it through his legs but he can't do stuff like that. He probably knows, and I'm sure Slot's had a right dig at him. But
did you see the article about the Macclesfield owner, how he bought it?
No.
I'll send it to you.
I didn't realize Wayne Rooney's brother was the manager.
I didn't know Wayne Rooney had a bloody brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I did, but I didn't know he was the manager. Did you see
the PE teacher?
Yeah,
he dodges less salads than our Wayne, doesn't he? Bloody hell.
Yeah. Cal went, oh yeah, he was just better looking than Wayne Rooney. I'm like, well, to be honest. Did you see after the game? I can't remember what I was watching it on, but after the game, they had people interviewing people in the lounge in the bar after the game, and they had the owner in the bar, and he must have had a few on him by the time they got to him. But he was talking about the game and what it meant to them. They've got Brentford now as well, at home again.
Bloody hell. At home again. This lad went on a 4-day bender in Ibiza and woke up and didn't know he'd bought the club. He came back from Ibiza and was carrying it on. And he said he woke up the next day and he can't remember signing on the dotted line for the club. It was just one of those things. When you wake up and you're like, oh my God, did I buy that round of shots, or did I get that bottle service? This guy woke up and went, did I buy that club in the 6th tier of English football? I
didn't realise that it's the first time that a team, the champions, have lost to a team from the 6th tier since 1907 or something.
And was that time a team lost to a 6th tier? Like a Premier League team? Never mind the champions.
I'm not sure. I know Coventry lost in 87, but that's me being a geek. Or 88. Oh, it might have been 89. I don't know. But like the last time, 1907, when the champions got beat, was Palace again.
Fuck off.
No way. Yeah, it's the first time it's happened since then. So unlucky,
that's
lads.
Class.
Yeah. But now, and to get to the transfer thing, that's kind of where the exodus is going to kick off, isn't it? Now, you think
Palace.
It looks like I've been given it on good authority that there's certain journalists that you listen to because they're getting fed the lines. Okay. So when it comes to Liverpool, I'm obviously not going to put this out because I'll blow me cover or I'll blow me mate's cover. But like David Ornstein, anything he puts out is coming directly from Liverpool. Anything about Liverpool that he puts out is coming directly from Liverpool. So,
oh wow,
yeah, the whole thing about Gay. Liverpool waiting for Gay. I think Liverpool are going to wait till the summer. The problem they've got is I think City might come in for him.
If they wait till the summer, they won't get him.
I don't disagree with you. And I think that whole element of surprise that Liverpool are probably trying to do. Yeah. I think I've also heard, and it's been rumoured a little bit as well, so it kind of makes sense, is the lad Ordóñez from Club Brugge, who's a young centre-back, Ecuadorian international. Who the hell knows? I don't think they're going to take a punt on a big player now.
Well, they haven't got the bandwidth right now, have they? They've got a problem that needs to be fixed. And if you're going to get Champions League, you can't go into it the next half of the season with that back four. It's just
bring Trent back.
Mess.
Bring Trent back.
Oh, you can't now because Klopp's at Real Madrid, can you?
He ain't going there. Stop this.
Why isn't he? Why wouldn't he?
I would. Okay. I wouldn't be surprised. It wouldn't shock me if he went. In fact, no, it would shock me if he went because...
Why?
His MO has always been go to a club where he can develop a culture. Did it at Mainz because he played there. Did it at Dortmund. Came to Liverpool, did the thing. Real Madrid, you're not getting that license.
I feel like he would go to a Barcelona, but he wouldn't go to a Real Madrid.
I think he'd be more likely to go to an Atletico Madrid.
Yeah, but he's never leaving.
Or someone like that. I mean, I think he's on a cushy number at Red Bull now as well, so I don't think he's going to go anywhere just yet.
You don't think it's one of those scenarios where it's Real Madrid?
Here's one for you. This to me, this isn't out of the realms of possibility. Real Madrid keep Arba lower, which I don't know if they will for the time being, because they're not that far off the top, so they might have a pop at something. Wait for Pochettino after the World Cup. Tuchel goes to Man United, Pochettino goes to Real Madrid, and then maybe Tuchel goes to Man United from England, which I think would be stupid from him. But he's basically been what's the word?
Loitering around?
No. Like he's tasked.
Yeah,
that's it. So he's been tasked with winning the World Cup, Annie. Tuchel.
Yeah.
So if it doesn't happen, he's like, all right, fair enough. I don't think his contract's long enough anyway.
He's a gun for hire, mercenary.
Yeah. What's you think it's Klopp because he can't put his own stamp on it?
And I think a lot of clubs are like this now, though, as well. And I'm like, again, this is not insider trading or knowledge, but I genuinely think you have to look at Liverpool. He had total control at Liverpool. The owners backed him. They wanted, he wanted whatever he wanted for the club is typically what he got. He went head to head with Michael Edwards. Michael Edwards left. The second that Klopp said that he was leaving, Michael Edwards was back in. Like Man United, it's happening there as well. I don't think clubs want someone who's going to come in and try and control a place. Like it's just happened with Man United. It's kind of happened with Chelsea a little bit. It's happened, obviously, it's happened at Liverpool. Because I think there's too much stake. There's certain people at certain levels now that want more importance. You look at places like, even to just take it another way, like look at places like Rangers, where they had these guys who were working the manager and deciding who the play. Liverpool have got it now. Arne Slot is the head coach at Liverpool. He's not the manager. So every decision that's being made behind the scenes at Liverpool as far as players, I'm convinced that he's got minimal input compared to a Jurgen Klopp. And I think that these big clubs are going that way now. That there
isn't like a solid roadmap for that being successful. When you're talking about, your Tuchels, your Klopps, or like they're the lads that are winning stuff. Like Ancelotti, I can't imagine him coming in and just coaching. Like these big names that have gone out there and got all the silverware.
But were they?
Apparently, it was the man management. Like he just did not. He came in and he was just tried to be very strict and very detail oriented and being that coach.
Alonso.
But he was not that man manager. Like he did not. Like he should have gone in there and it's like it's a pretty well-oiled machine. Like let's keep this thing rolling. But he tried to really put his marker down. I think like no, this is what we're gonna do. This is gonna change. And I heard like Valverde was pissed. He was playing right back, and he wants to be a midfielder. And then you've got Vinny Jr. who's complaining every day of the week for being subbed off. And then you got I think Bellingham too is not as vocal as those other two guys, but I think apparently him and Alonso didn't get along as well. And
I can imagine Alonso.
Sorry, go on.
No, I'm saying Alonso was such a smart player, such an articulate dude, and he went into a scenario by Leverkusen where he didn't have like a lot of pressure on him, and he was able to probably put his own stamp on it. To your point, Wiz, there's a certain level of management where it's probably less about the style of play, but more managing the unbelievable egos that are at the club and doing it because you've got a bigger personality. Alonso didn't come across to me, better than me, Gary, that as a screamer or like, he probably had influence in the dressing room, but in a different way, where the lads that go in there are either old school, and you can imagine them more like with a Ferguson boot kicking back, or they've got this unbelievable name like a Mourinho, like where Alonso is probably a better footballing mind, but not as equipped or experienced to manage that level. Like, is there a higher level of egos than Real Madrid?
I think it might be an Mbappe problem too, because he kind of did the same thing with Unai Emery when he was at PSG. I think Emery tried to come into PSG, put his stamp down like he's done at Villa, and they were not going for it. And Mbappe, he gets a lot of guys axed, like it just happens. Even him and Luis Enrique, like they didn't get along, and one of them had to go.
Well, Moyes said that was his biggest thing there. When he went to Man United, he left Everton to Man United, and the biggest thing was that the players were like, the fucking hell's this? Yeah, Sam.
Well, because ultimately, that comes down to player power, doesn't it? They know that they can do whatever the hell they want, because in 6 months' time, which has happened at United with Moyes and happened with them, they'll bomb him off.
Yeah,
they'll just be like, well, listen, mate, you're gonna be gone before I'm gone. I'm on a 4-year contract, so I don't give a shit what you think.
My name is X. You got lucky. This is your step up, and we're not really looking to do those runs or run those miles or change that position.
And it takes a certain type of person to do that. But I honestly think now these clubs are looking for people that they can work. And listen, cynical me thinks that it's just like some of these people will pad the numbers to make their jobs relevant, if that makes sense. Like these sporting directors and directors of football but this wasn't a thing. And I know people say this wasn't a thing 10, 20 years ago, really, in a lot of places. Like, look at it now. Ancelotti, where's Ancelotti now?
Brazil.
All right, so he's national team. So he's basically,
got out of that system.
Mourinho's at Benfica, but, he's not flying, and he's, like
I think Ancelotti may have had some tax problems in Spain, too. He had to get out of there.
Bit of mattress money.
Like Klopp is basically developing culture within Red Bull. They don't have that. Like, only these big clubs don't have those figurehead managers, do they really? Arteta,
it's funny, man.
For me, is not a figurehead manager.
No, he's not, no.
Like, I mean, listen, I've seen enough Arsenal fans on social media the last week to know that they're not going to agree with what I've just said. They'll think he's the second coming. But there's not that big figurehead now. Thomas Frank at Tottenham. I'm not being funny. Like, and that's everyone's lauding Andrews at Brentford because he's a coach and he knows what he's doing, and he's got the players' ears, and he's doing his job. Like, who's the biggest
name in coaching in the Premier League? I know what you're talking about. There's a divide between
Emery and Moyes, probably, right?
What about
Emery?
Pep?
Was the one that came to. Well, Pep, yeah.
I think Emery,
Emery, Moyes, but Moyes is like he's well travelled, but he knows what it takes to go.
Shawnee Dig. But like Eddie Howe, I can't imagine him. Like it's coaches that have either been there, done that, old school, or their stock is above the club. So Eddie Howe can do what the players could do in a certain sense, and they go, "Oh, you're not doing this." He'd be like, "I can go and pick my job. I can go to England. I can go to United. I can his stock is probably a little bit higher than Newcastle need him more than he needs Newcastle."
I think so right now.
All the other managers, to your point, Gary, like the lads at Brentford. I can imagine the lad at Palace not taking much shit. I think he's flexed at that. Same scenario as Eddie Howe. Crystal Palace need him more than he needs Crystal Palace. True, very true. In terms of the big clubs outside of Pep, Slot's a coach, and don't get me started on the Chelsea shit.
Oh, man.
What the fuck is that about?
They got Urkel. I don't know if you guys remember Steve Urkel back in the day, but that's
They haven't even tried to hide the fact that they just want a puppet. They've got this lad that they've got in Stuttgart who's got like 6 games under his belt.
Weren't they in 7th in that league too? Like they weren't even like
Strasbourg. 7th in the league.
What did I
Guess
say?
who? If I'm you, Wiz, if I'm a betting man, do you know who I'd bet to be the next Chelsea manager if they don't get a big name? Gary O'Neill, because he's just been hired as the Strasbourg coach.
Yeah, just keep refurbishing.
Gary O'Neill's got too much to say. They want the lad they've got in. They've, like, getting rid of Manesca like that when he was like, I think I said when I had me great Wi-Fi and Mayo, like the Chelsea and the Man United sackings are ridiculous because they've stuck through those coaches at such worse times, such worse results on the pitch. Now that they're trending up and the football's looking better, that's when they choose. And it's like you say, it's people trying to defend their role. I can't remember a time when managers got like, or maybe I can't remember, but they got sacked for being outspoken. Like it's like a teacher scenario. No, the managers to me always had more of a leverage than the bean counters upstairs, and I think that's obviously changing.
I have a theory, and I'll get to Wiz in a minute, and I want to see what Wiz says as well about this, because I wonder if this relates to American, especially with you with the football background. I feel like in these clubs, and I don't know, again, hopefully we get Fume. If we get Fume, it'll be great for the algorithm, but if it's not, then... But I think there's a lot of people behind the scenes now that want to be involved in football that don't really know what they're doing, but they're just tagging on to certain people. I would argue that Michael Edwards or Julian, what's his name? Richard Hughes at Liverpool, they've got about 10, 15 people around them just hanging on. are probably taking up 100 grand salaries,
And
doing
the rest.
basically fuck all, and just hanging on and just talking bollocks and
Like
don't
yes men.
really know. Yeah, and there's a lot, but I mean, and you see that in every job, don't you? Just like yes men who are just there in the background. What does he really do? Oh yeah, no, he's okay. He does. I feel like there's millions of people like that in football that are just there, and then they'll feed a line to somebody, and like I said, like certain people will get certain bits of information. It'll get leaked out the club, but there's nobody.
Well, I've got interesting, like in relation to that, like that's kind of what the New York Giants are dealing with right now, where we've got ownership's got family members in front office positions, director of player personnel, head of scouting, and it's like these Nepo babies that have never done anything, and they're meddling, and it's like they just get in the way of this stuff, and it's like they've done absolutely nothing. These two guys, the Maras, Chris Mara, Tim McDonald, no one's going to know who these guys are. But these guys, they got hired after we won our Super Bowls, and we have done nothing since. But they keep on getting promoted. They keep on moving up the ranks. Keep the ownership's kids out of the front office stuff. But it's been interesting, actually, in the last few days, in the last few weeks here, there's been 2 Super Bowl winning coaches, Mike Tomlin, John Harbaugh, who were both there for 18, 19 years. Both now, one got fired, one, is stepping down. But you can see it's the changing of the guard. Yeah, he stepped down today. So it's the changing of the guard where I feel like, and the Ravens owner was kind of very upfront about like, we just decided to make a change. Spoke with the GM, spoke with the president, spoke with the players. And John had kind of lost the locker room, and it's like you hear players coming out and they're saying like, he didn't lose the locker room. There may have been disagreements here and there, but like this guy had been there for 18 years. He won a Super Bowl every year. The Ravens were in the playoffs. This was the first year they weren't in it in like 10 years. Like,
and it was one kick, wasn't it?
I can't wait for the Giants to hopefully get him. But
I know, and this is the thing as well, right? This goes back to what we were talking about before about multiple people in these bullshit positions. It's like a mob mentality, right? So, here's example. I don't know. Take Liverpool for example. You got Michael Edwards, right? Who's no doubt he's got ability. Richard Hughes, same thing. These director of coaches, they've got the numbers behind them. The transfers they brought in speaks for themselves. But if you bring enough minions in around you, and then when it comes to a vote or a consensus, and all the minions are going to do exactly what you say, well, guess what's going to happen? And you can imagine that things like that have happened at the Ravens and the Steelers, and there's all these new people that jumped on the bandwagon and riding the coattails. And then all of a sudden, when it's time for like, oh, listen, well, we're not sure about what's going on. What do you think? What do you think? And then they all go, oh, yeah, I think he's, someone's sort of nudging him. It's just like politics. It just turns into politics. People are just surrounding themselves with drones. I mean, it's kind of a metaphor for a lot of things at the moment, isn't it? But,
So you think that's what happened at Chelsea Man United? You think that like the way the coaches spoke threatened someone's position? So regardless of the well-being of the club or where they can finish a season, they were just like, right, you've crossed the line. That's threatening to me. See you in a bit.
Allegedly, yes.
Wow.
Do you know what I mean? It wouldn't surprise me, because how many times have you seen that?
Mad,
do you not think it's true though? How many times have you seen that in the workplace where?
Yeah, I think at that level, like look at Man United in isolation. They stuck to that fella when he should have got fired. If you asked anybody else on the street, like ages ago, and then he comes out and throws his toys out a little bit, and instead of going, let's calm down, let's get in a room, let's release a club statement, let's make it look all pretty, they get rid of him. Like they've lost young talent. They've stuck with him through terrible results. Some of the media just bashing them. Man United didn't tend to do that, I think. And then he throws his toys out, and that's the deciding factor. Just when the system started, the players started to fit the system, and there seemed to be a bit of buy-in, and Man United were getting threatened again, and Sesko was getting going up for it. Like, it just seemed like a mad time. The same with Chelsea. He won what he won in the summer, and they were playing all right football, and they've got this weird model where they're buying young and selling them, and like it just, and he was working within that, and he was a young manager that everyone's talking about, and it was more him getting associated with the Man City job than anything else. And then he throws his toys out, and they played that card. I don't know. I found it strange. Man United more than Chelsea.
It was actually a not to transition here, but there was an interesting signing. Conor Gallagher's coming back to the Premier League. And initially, he was going to be going to Aston Villa he was going to go to initially. And I'm like, oh, that's a great move. Depth piece for the middle. They could use some help there. I just thought it was a great move. And then Spurs came in. Now I'm thinking to myself, why would he go to Spurs over Villa? And it's got to be Tuchel probably reached out to him and was like, hey, if you want any chance to be in the World Cup, you need to be starting every single week. And
I think playing time, hasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. At Atletico Madrid, he's only been playing, 50% of the time. They've got good players there in the midfield.
Bentora, whatever his name is,
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's done.
So he's going to get playing time there at Spurs.
You wouldn't have got that in Aston Villa, I don't think.
They got a good midfield. They got Rodgers,
Tielemans.
They've got
John McGinn.
Like they've got. It would have been a battle for him to start every single week, but I think he's going to be written in ink for Spurs. They're terrible right now.
Well, Spurs are just a shockingly run club across the board. But
I think he's a good player. Like he was in the Euro squad for England. Like he's a guy that was really good for. He was good for Chelsea. It was part of that model. Academy kid, sell him full profit. Like
he was captain when they sold him or something like that, wasn't he? Mad. I've wanted him to wear an Everton shirt since it's forever. Like that loan spell at Crystal Palace, he's been phenomenal. But he's one of those midfielders that Everton have been linked with, like Sean Davies and then Scott Parker and all them. The lad Sean Davies of Fulham, is that we've been linked with all these kind of industrial type players that they're just that little bit good for our level. So yeah, I think I hate when good players go to Tottenham, but like you said, mate, it's at this time of year with the World Cup, it's play me or not,
Yeah. It just that had to be the only reason. Like Tuchel's like, hey, you got to play more if you want any chance, and he's probably looking at this as his best chance to make a World Cup team.
He'll get a lot of attention at Spurs as well, won't he?
Yeah,
exactly. I've got another one. Tammy Abraham possibly getting offered to teams in the Prem. He's currently at Besiktas.
Yes, please.
Would you take Tammy Abraham at Everton?
Yes. Over some of the stuff we've been linked with, yeah.
I heard he may be a Villa guy.
Yeah, it was Villa. Villa's the one that I saw, but it all depends on that. It's facing Malin, who plays for them.
Malin's going to Roma.
Oh, yeah?
So apparently, so
why
I think
letting them go? Because he's not starting.
I think it's a money PSR thing. Like, I think they obviously see the opportunity to get Abraham. I think they think he's better than Malin. I think that's just the way that they got to be able to make the money work. One in, one out. They already have Watkins, who's playing at a better level right now.
They play one up top as well, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It all depends, doesn't it? It'll come later in the transfer window, I reckon. I wonder why they always leave it to the last minute as well. Like,
even with the NFL, the NFL's the last second too. You see the trade deadline day, and that's when all the trades go through. It's crazy.
What else is sexy transfer wise? What are you seeing coming through?
I'm just looking. Well, it's Gay's being linked with Bayern Munich and Man City. You've got
he's going to go to Man City. Lad. They don't get linked with people they don't buy.
He would start right away right now.
Yeah, he just walks straight into that squad.
Well, that's it, isn't it?
And yeah, I'm gutted for Liverpool because I think that was just such, from a personality standpoint and everything, he just fit the whole bill, but doesn't chat in the press much, all that stuff. But
Newcastle Newcastle need a defender because
Livermento's out for 8 weeks.
Livermento's out for 8 weeks. Fabian Schär is out for 3 months. Dan Burns still, his ankle messed up pretty bad, and then Dan Burns still out for a couple weeks here, and you can see it at the back. I mean, they got Lewis Miley playing right back. He's doing a really solid job there, but he's out of position. Then you're praying Sven Botman's not going to get hurt. He just signed a new deal through 2030, I think 2031, so that's good. Malik Thiaw's been doing great. He had a tough game a few days ago, but they still ended up winning against Palace there. But they're looking at a guy, 22-year-old center back, Scalvini from Atalanta.
Yeah.
So I think they hit on Malik Thiaw young. They got him from AC Milan. It seems like that's where they're kind of trying to pluck from. I think with the Premier League, other than Gahey, there's not too many teams that are going to give up their defenders and the center halves.
Like there's the lad Estravia or whatever he's called, the right back, the centre back for Burnley. People like him, but is it a case that his stock's high enough now and they kind of accepted the going down? I think it'd be a big statement piece to get rid of him now. The fans would lose their minds. I'd love to nick some bits and bobs from Palace. I don't know if it's going to be a fees and frenzy because don't reckon the manager will let that happen. If they start saying,
Wharton will probably go somewhere.
I think they get battered at the end of the season.
I do. I think they get torn to bits. I think the manager doesn't resign and they get torn to bits.
They'll be like Bournemouth last year who lost all those 5 players. Yeah.
But I reckon they'll be goose then. I reckon they'll be cannon fodder next year because they haven't really...
The man, he's out of contract, isn't he, as well?
Yeah, he hasn't signed. I think he's trying to see what
There's a lot of guys out of contract.
Manager-wise?
There might be a few jobs going on.
Bournemouth guy, Iriola, he's out of contract. Fulham, I think Silva, he didn't sign a new one, right?
No. He offered him one. He hasn't signed it.
Interesting.
There's some movement there.
I haven't got any other good ones. I've got a couple of random transfers in the...
Who would you want, Gary? Liverpool. Like let's say you could wave a magic wand and you get one guy. What position is it? Who's the player?
Shit.
Within the realms of relativity.
Gay.
Has to be, right?
So. Has to be, yeah. Got to be sensible. Like you got to go with the person who's going to help us the most, and I think he does. Just because the other fella...
Kanate, go grab some bench, buddy.
Well, that's it.
Gay, he could also play some right back too, I feel like.
Listen, I will tell you one good thing about this transfer window. Joe Gomez is going nowhere. Nowhere. He's not going.
Where you going? Nowhere.
Where's that been announced?
After that Bradley injury, there's no chance he's going anywhere.
No way.
Bradley's done,
true. For the season, yeah.
No chance. So
how about
that's
what were your thoughts on Martinelli's actions there?
Bit snide, that, wasn't it? Especially when you consider, have you seen the one from, a couple of years ago or maybe 18 months ago where he fell off the pitch and Arteta basically pushed Martinelli back on the pitch during a game? So you're like, hang on a minute, mate. And then he swears he wasn't injured. You know, I don't know. Listen, you can, and the Slot dealt with it very well. He was very, very neutral on it, wasn't he? But you don't do stuff like that. You don't do stuff like that.
I can see a sneaky signing for Liverpool.
I think we'll get a random. We might get Liverpool wouldn't be out of the realms to get someone on loan, a random on loan like a forward. Do you not remember? I mean, listen, it didn't work out too well, but do you remember a couple of years ago we signed Ben Davies, who ended up going to Rangers and then back to Preston. Didn't work out, and then we signed Ozan Kabak, who was absolutely shite. He turned. I don't think anyone looked him up. He played for I think he came from Schalke or something like that. But he was the slowest centre-half ever, and he got absolutely destroyed against the team, and then we never really saw him again. But it's not out of the realms, but I think I'd like to see us get a centre-back, and then maybe that young lad who I was on about, and then pick up somebody. Because
get Salah back.
Yeah, but did you see, even the goal the other day, you look at the goal the other day that he scored against, albeit Barnsley, but Wirtz's goal against Barnsley, you're like, oh, that was good. You know, finally, because I went to home at Christmas and they were crap. It was just hard to watch. And they seem to run out of ideas. They get people to the edge of the box and then teams pack it and then they run out of ideas.
How about that Szoboszlai goal?
I mean, he's quality though, isn't he? He's the best. He's our best player this season.
Yeah, by far.
But I think centre-back's the one for us. Who would you get, Everton? Right back? Or no, you just need a forward, don't you? You
need just a guy who could just score.
Again, the biggest name we're linked with is Ben White. And I'd love
just
that.
Seen that then.
Yeah. I'd love that. I think he can play right back, he can play centre half, and he can do a job. He's not getting much game time. I don't know if he's asked about the England setup, but yeah.
Does he even like football? Is he one of those guys who just doesn't even watch it? He doesn't care about it.
He's not asked.
Such a freak athlete that he's just...
Beggars can't be choosers, but him being able to slot in at right back and allowing Jake O'Brien to go in the middle until Branthwaite comes back. And
do you have good tanning beds up there in Liverpool?
Have you ever been to Liverpool? Forget it.
I drove past a place the other day called Tanner Reef. I like that one.
Gotta get Dubai ready.
Tan-fastic. That's always a classic up there.
No, we're a very tanned race in Liverpool. We like a little 6 minutes on the lie down.
In general.
Yeah. No, northeast in Newcastle, they've got a little bit of colour there. And then the other
just the north of England, just England in general.
Yeah, the Ibiza final boss. I think he's from Newcastle, so he has a nice tan going.
Millionaire him now. Millionaire.
Cash in while you can.
Having a shocking haircut. But no, Ivan Toney we're linked with. Excuse me. How true that is, we can't touch his wages. I think people are just saying that because he's someone that isn't in England and wants to play for England, maybe. And
Stan Larson from Wolves.
No, thank you. Thank you very much. No, thank you. No, I would rather have Callum Wilson just got out of his contract at West Ham. I'd rather have him. I'd rather have someone. I'd rather not spend a fortune to try and plug a hole when we've got the summer to kind of fix it. I'd rather someone come in on a 6-month end of the season contract and just get some game time.
Did Moyes sign him at West Ham?
No, it was this summer, wasn't it?
No,
Got
it was this
released by
summer, 'cause
Newcastle.
He
was
was
it?
on Newcastle last year.
Yeah.
And then I think Nuno just was like, they brought in Nuno's. He's not Nuno's guy, so Nuno brought in his 2 forwards, and he's like, "Sorry, man, you're done." And
he's of an age now, and he's like, "I haven't come here to sit on the bench, blah blah blah." So I'd rather him than go get some random name. Ivan Toney, if there's a loan option or something like that, and he comes for the game time, great. I think if he came, he could be good, but he kind of made his decision when he went for the money, didn't he? He chose the cash over the career progression. But yeah, Ben White, I like. I think that could be good. What about you?
It's not gonna happen now, but where does this guy Igor Thiago end up? I mean, he has been on an absolute tear. I mean, Brentford's in the top 5 of the table right now. This guy is scoring hat tricks, 2 goals here. Like, where do you think a guy like that's going to end up?
He's going to go to Turkey and fix the hairline, because I don't understand, when you've got that much money, just shave it all off or go get it fixed. And then I don't reckon he'll get bought by the big guys here. I reckon he'll go abroad. I can see him wearing a PSG shirt.
Interesting.
What about yourself?
Or be like a replacement for
like...
Lewandowski in Barcelona.
Yeah, Barcelona crossed your mind as well, but he's a bit, I don't know if he's too much of a brute for Barcelona. Do you know what I mean? He's a thug, him. He's a bit like Drogba.
Would he not go Arsenal?
Bullies guys.
Yeah.
Well, didn't Arsenal just bring in Gyökeres?
No. Like, yeah, he's not gonna.
He's gash him.
Terrible.
But like, if you think about,
I love that he's terrible as well.
I do as well. And did you see some of these? I know we have a penchant for getting after Arsenal on here, but have you seen? Love that. Have you seen the social media one of the Arsenal fan? I'm sure it's
with the balloon.
No, the one where it's like Gyökeres versus Salah. Somebody else versus somebody else. Haaland against somebody, and they pick the other person. They pick Gyökeres over Salah.
Yeah.
And then basically Gyökeres wins. It has to be a piss take, doesn't it, at this point? These people aren't Arsenal fans, are they?
I saw one where it was like, name a better striker, and then they pop the balloon when you see a better striker than Gyökeres, and the guy, they didn't even name a name. He just popped the balloon.
These people cannot be Arsenal fans, can they? It has to be a wind-up.
They're picking them for shock. Like, we're talking about it, and that's how people are doing it, right? They're doing it to generate the chat. Like, and that lad, as someone that came back from the holidays and got a very rude comment from his scales.
Oh, I didn't even look. No.
I got on the scales on Monday, got back Sunday night 9:30, got on Monday morning like I usually do, and my scales had the cheek to give me a notification to double confirm it was me, because there was such an increase from the last time. Discrepancy, thank you, Wizard. Yeah, I was like, you cheeky fucking. So
are we sure Susan didn't have a paw on there? You know,
first, you take Susan, you leave Susan out of this.
Don't ever leave me again.
She's been Ozempic. She looks fantastic. What was the question, Gab?
Just out of curiosity, like how many LBs over the regular?
I was 187.5 when I last got on the 15th of December, and when I got on yesterday, I was 193.7.
Diesel life.
Not too bad. That's not too bad.
As I call it, a solid quick Christmas swing, a solid festive swing. Yeah, but yeah,
I probably gained about 3 pounds after going to Dino and Harry's the other night. Oh my!
I saw on the gram. You did it right.
Like Fred
Flintstone, you did it right.
Oh my God! Wait, is there more thick cut bacon? Yeah, I'll take that.
That bacon is something. Have you been there, Gary?
No.
You've got to go.
We may need to do a podcast trip there.
He won't let us go in with a mic, but we've got
No. Just like us going.
Just like
dinner.
When we get our first sponsor, we'll go in and do it prawn sandwich time. But going back to no, of course. Going back to my salad dodging, Gyökeres is one of them who seems like he's in the Luke Shaw nutrition camp, you know, where Mackey's first, endurance later. Like he's always carrying a little bit of timber.
He's found the local Greg's.
He's found the local Greg's. He's not going for the vegan option, and he's stocking up. Yeah, he's stocking up.
Well, I think Kai Havertz played in the FA Cup match, so I think they'll start to mix him in a bit more.
They won't start him over him. Marino was doing the centre mid was doing better up top.
Yeah,
but again, it's
is it?
They're not going to win it. I'm telling you, they're not going to win it.
I think
doubling
City
down.
that Semenyo addition to City is going to be a problem for the Premier
Him and
League.
Gay at the back, and him
if they do get Gay, it's an issue. Isn't it? But I tell you, you know what though, we are going to start running out of games. We are going to start running out of games.
I tell you what,
I don't disagree with you at this point, but we are going to start running out of games soon, and we're going to be
Newcastle
like,
moved into the top 6. Love to see it. Feeling good about that. We're coming for you. We're only 3 points behind you guys, Gary.
Who do you want then? If you could get anyone to fill a gap, would it be the centre half? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Gahey would have been perfect. We tried to sign him for $80 million, and now he's going to be sold for. Now he would go for $35 million in this window. It's
it's 65. No,
hasn't
he got a minimum? I'm getting confused. I'm getting mixed up with Semenyo. Sorry.
Yeah,
35 million for him. Jesus.
We offered $80 million, I think, before last season, or I don't know exactly. I think it was in the January transfer window, and I think we tried in the summer again. But yeah, we offered like $80 million, and now it's
we paid 29 for Tieno Barry.
The 29 million is like, remember back in the day when it was like you'd buy a player for 5 million, it'd be a bargain. Now that 5 million is 30 million. Just looking at the league, it's 5 points between.
It's crazy the movement.
5 points between 13th and 5th.
That's right, it's boss.
It's just go on a bit of a run, and we're just on that little thing. Like, we need to win. We need to beat Burnley this weekend just to keep ourselves in front.
Yeah,
because there's a massive jump from us to Villa, and then there's another jump there's a smaller jump to not the top.
You're hoping for 4th, right? Like, you're not thinking 3rd, 2nd, 1st, and all that shit, are you?
If we can be comfortably 4th or 3rd, that's got to be what we're looking at, and then half decent run in the Champions League.
Yeah, I just want to be top 5, get in the Champions League.
Yeah, that's what I'd be looking for.
If you could if Liverpool could get Champions League after all this turbulence this year, that's a win.
I don't disagree with you. That's all.
Listen to this run.
I'd kill for top half, but I'd take
Newcastle's
12th right now.
got Wolves, so hopefully that should be a winner, but it is on the road. And Wolves have been playing, tough team, Anthony. You know. Then we got to go. Then we got PSV in the Champions League on a Wednesday. Then we've got Aston Villa in the league. Then we have to go to PSG. Then we have to go to Liverpool, and then we got to go to Man City for the second leg of the EFL Cup, which we just got beat 2-0 today. So that
with half a team,
and then Brentford after that. Like, that is a murderer's row run that Newcastle's about to go through with.
I will
missing 3 defenders.
Everton's is a killer, isn't it?
Yeah. So I looked after the Wolves game. So next game, 17th of Jan, Villa, Leeds, Brighton, Fulham, Bournemouth, Man United, Newcastle. So
shout out Danny Welbeck.
Hope he makes the England squad, but is injured for that game. And so, and then Burnley. So a little bit of breathing room. Then Arsenal, Chelsea, Brentford, Liverpool. There's no easy games in the Prem anymore. But
no,
we had Arsenal, then we had Burnley, Forest, Brentford, Wolves. That's a nice little mooch. And we needed to win against Wolves because Leeds are flying. Brighton, you can't predict. Fulham up on better form than us. Bournemouth, we might be able to get something, but it's not a sexy run. That then we got fucking Liverpool on the 18th of April.
For next week, guys, I want you to do a little bit of research, and next week I think we should come up with our predictions for the end of the season. A little mid-season.
A little check-in?
A little mid-season. I think we should check on what we said at the beginning of the season, and then I think we should check in on a little mid-season predictions. Put a little, make a little contest out of that.
Okay. A little bit of seasoning.
Got to pick what we think the top 6 will be. Just to make it interesting, because I feel like top 4 sometimes can be a little, but so we got to pick what the top 6 will be, and then we got to pick relegation, and then maybe we do some like player of the year, different stuff like young player of the season. I think
FA Cup.
We'll come up with it. Yeah, FA Cup, EFL Cup. I think
Mansfield.
Let's do a little bit of like mid-season predictions, middle of January. I think that'll be solid.
Yeah, a little pulse check. I like that.
Nice one. All right, predictions then.
Yeah,
because we've been doing this for an hour.
We haven't been able to do these in a while live. I love it.
I know. Do you know, I feel bad because I get texts off certain people every week going, are you doing the predictions? Like Josh every week, where's the predictions? Reese, where's the predictions? So we've got to put a
Reese doesn't let us drop the ball
at
all, does he?
Because he's fairly shite at it as well. So I don't know him.
Calling out one of our biggest ambassadors.
That's not even a ricochet shot. That's a direct shot at Reese.
Hey, let's see how Cardiff are getting on. See if we can give him some more
need to get
shit.
Reese on the pod to defend himself.
And Cardiff top of the League One.
Yeah,
I saw who's Wigan got in the FA Cup.
Yeah.
I saw they got a big game.
Wigan got Arsenal. Wigan got Arsenal.
Cardiff.
Gyökeres ain't ready for Wigan.
Yeah, Cardiff are flying. If only one of their fans was as clever at this, the predictions as Cardiff were winning games. I don't even know him. Absolute shithouse.
Shots fired.
I bet he's
shout out to
he's coming out to see me soon, so I'll make an introduction.
I was going to
shout out to the Albion. The Albion had a nice win in the FA Cup.
Why are you shouting out them?
They're moving on.
Where are they in the league?
Some of the most shocking pens I've ever seen in my life, about 5 to 10 feet above the bar.
West Brom are on the struggle bus. They're 18th.
Oh, they moved on to the next round of the FA Cup.
Yeah, but
Sheffield United. Oh
Sheffield United got
some
beat
big
by
names
Mansfield.
down there, yeah.
All right, okay. First one of the weekend. Man United against City. At United.
City.
Yeah.
City. All right, Chelsea at home to Brentford.
That's a stinker.
Ooh, I'm gonna go Brentford. I don't trust Urkel.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Chelsea.
Yeah, the sub teacher ain't gonna do it for me. I'm gonna go draw.
All right, Leeds at home to Fulham.
Ooh, how weird that this is going to be such a good game. This will be a belter game to watch this. Yeah. Leeds at home. Leeds.
I'm going to go draw.
I'll go Leeds.
Harry Wilson's been on fire.
Yeah, he has been on fire, hasn't he? Say it again.
Liverpool at home to Burnley.
Liverpool.
You've got to, haven't you? It's going to be 1-0.
You have to.
Absolute hanging on for dear life.
Right. Stinker of a game.
Sunderland at home to Palace.
Sunderland.
They don't lose at home.
Same. All right, Tottenham at home to West Ham. Everybody hates each other in that ground.
I'm going to go Spurs. I think West Ham's even more toxic than Spurs is right now.
Yeah, I'll go to Spurs as well.
I'm going to go West Ham.
Going back to Brazil.
I'm going West Ham.
Forest at home to Arsenal. I would love this to be a draw.
It'd be the
I'm
most
going to go Arsenal.
Dice thing in the world.
I go draw. I feel like they'll find a way to wind up somebody.
Forest
just has nobody who can score.
Supporting his mates' teams. All right. Wolves at home to Newcastle.
Newcastle.
I smell something on this one, you know. But the Wolves is shite. I just watched them. They're so bad.
I know. They've got nothing, have they?
Harvey Barnes has been on fire for us.
Yeah, I'm going to go Newcastle. No, Newcastle.
All right. Villa at home to the Ev.
Villa.
Draw.
You don't even believe that draw.
Rose-tinted specs there from you, sunshine. All right. And then last one, Monday night. Brighton against Bournemouth.
Ooh.
At Brighton. Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
No Semenyo anymore for Bournemouth. Bournemouth's got some good players, though, but
they were struggling for goals before he left.
Yeah.
Yeah, defo. All right, that's it. That's us.
I regret that Forest pick. I regret that Forest pick.
You got another 9 p.m. call? That's tough.
Yeah, China.
Is that what? That was very good.
China. That was excellent. That was excellent. Well played.
What a China phone in your phone.
Bottle production.
Lovely.
We want in on OVO.
That's quite good.
That's really good.
We don't want OVO. We need OVO.
Jesus Christ, Swiss.
You are a friggin' onion, you wizard. There's so many layers.
Oh man, it's good to have you guys back in the States.
I'll come armed with my predictions for next week.